Hey everybody, the upshot of the story of now former Oakland Housing and Community Development Director Michele Byrd being fired is, quote, that Libby and Sabrina did it. And that did not come from the person who did go on the record with me, and that was Oakland City Council President Rebecca Kaplan. It came from a city staff member. I have had a number of city staff members call me and text me out of the blue on this, all save for one very upset. Now, the one that wasn't upset said that I shouldn't be crucifying people and there's more to the story than this. But then they won't tell me what it is, ostensibly to try to make it seem like I don't have all the information and basically played, I call it old 20th century media, right? When this is the 21st century. I love this time of year, time of being, but I digress. The bottom line is that the firing took place on Friday, and she has an exempt position, so therefore she is vulnerable, she being Michele Byrd, to any typical action that would be done to a appointee that is considered political. So in this instance, you have a news organization going after what is really a lower level black staff member in Michele Byrd. She is not the director of the Oakland Housing Authority. That is Eric Johnson. The Oakland Housing Authority is a separate nonprofit corporation. She is a city, or was a city, as of May 3rd, officially she'll be a city staffer who was deputy director 2 years ago, and now Marion Leitchen, who I haven't talked to in a long time, was deputy director for roughly about 2 years for the city of Oakland. She is now taking Michele Byrd's place. But cosmetically, it looks like the mayor fired a black woman whose face was out there and is replacing her with a white woman, okay? Which is a bad look. Because when I ask, what did Michele do to deserve the firing, I don't get any concrete answers from anyone except that she's exempt. The union can't step in and save her. There are people who basically, city staffers, who are upset with the union for other reasons anyway, and say that in one case the union's worthless. Those persons' words, not mine. It's a pretty dicey situation, and dicey and not from a morale standpoint, not the greatest, because of this action. There's a lot of reorganization that's occurring. Also, Sabrina Landry, the city administrator, was heard to have said that she wanted to take the housing department, and housing approach, and housing policies in a new direction. What that direction is, I do not, as of this point, know, but I will perhaps even by the end of the evening here. So that's what's happening. So as to the one source who said that what I put out was bad reporting, hey, look, I only tell what people put out there for me. I've had 5 city staff members and a council member text me or call me directly. And then, of course, there was you as well. And you have a tendency to play games, okay? And you know who you are, all right? So if you want to tell me the other side that your 30 pastors and others, would say, bring those quotes to me and I'll put them out there. But I'm not going to allow you to create this narrative that I'm doing bad reporting when I have the most powerful media tech in Oakland, all right? So there you go. Now, back to the main story that I've got that bit of a related BS out of the way. The main problem here is the city of Oakland, going all the way back to 2005, 2006, and arguably before that, has not enforced its laws prohibiting illegal evictions. This was expertly covered by the anti-eviction task force, the anti-eviction organization. Going back to 2006, they have an anti-eviction map, and they've mapped the number of illegal evictions in the city, which I believe totaled over 14,000 over a 10-year period. Quite a lot. And not only that, those numbers have ramped up since 2014. So for some particular reason, one news organization, in looking at this problem, completely ignored what the anti-eviction organization had done, and decided they would go and make Michele Byrd, a black government executive, their poster child for the problem of the city not enforcing its laws, but not asking the mayor of Oakland, who's white, or anybody else who is responsible, who's, of a higher level of responsibility in the city of Oakland within the city administration's structure, and also, I might add, white. So it looked like the classic kind of news reporting that you got from some indie publications in the East Bay that would always target black. The black official must have done something wrong. Oh, because they're black, right? And that's how this looked. And so, for the mayor takes the action of firing Michele Byrd, so it has the look of racism to a number of staff members. I just got a text, another one, says, oh, this is horrible. We don't understand why this happened. This should never happen. There are a number of city staff members who are roundly pissed off about this, to say the least. So that's the latest on this sadly revealing episode in City of Oakland City Hall culture. Stay tuned and please subscribe to Zenny62 on YouTube.